Hello, it's that time. It's Spa Biz Tip Tuesday, and I'm Maxine Drake. I'm a coach and consultant for spa professionals and the founder of the Esthetician Business Academy. And you are here live with us in the Esthetician Marketing Club, which is a group that Brooklyn Wood and I put together to deliver a butt ton of value and content for you to help you grow your spa business. And yes, I've decided that butt ton is effectively a quantifiable measurement. So first I want to say welcome to the new members of our group. It's really growing by leaps and bounds, and I think I just added almost 100 people yesterday. So welcome. And when you come on live with us, if you wouldn't mind saying hello in the comment box, because I can't see who's actually on. So hello. I know there's a couple people on. So I'm excited for today's topic because, just like it was interesting, I added a lot of people yesterday to the group and welcomed, the new members. And a lot of the comments were, I'm so happy to be here. This is things that I struggle with in my business, and which is the business side of things, which is why we put together the Marketing Club group. And so we get it, we get it. It's hard working on the business, and we have to set aside time to work on the business. So I have a couple of points. So my objective in Spa Biz Tip Tuesday is to deliver like a bite-sized training for you. And so with today's topic of the best email marketing strategy, I'd like to find out from you what you think is the best marketing strategy for email, or why even build a list? Why is it important to build a list? If you can answer that. I think there's a couple of people on, so if you wouldn't mind putting in the comment box why you feel it's important to grow a list, because I'm going to go through a couple of points, but I want to kind of find out where you're at, and find out where the fall down is. I have an idea, but it's always good to hear from you. So why build a list? And there's some very simple answers to this question, and sometimes I find that the simplest answers are usually the best. And but the number one reason why you want to build a list is because it builds trust. Okay, it builds trust, and it allows you in that trust to email exclusively the people that want to hear from you. You know what I mean? So building trust is, in my opinion, the number one reason. I know Brooke is on, or she said she was going to be on, so I'd love to hear. Let's see if I can monitor this through my screen too. I got all this equipment going on. Hey, Sally, welcome. So builds trust, and I don't know if you've ever heard before that the money is in the list. And what does that mean exactly? The money is in the list. Well, yes, as we're moving more towards a digital world, it's like, gosh, like I just found, like just 4 days ago, Amazon is, there's going to be buying Whole Foods. How's that going to work? Like we're going, everything is going online, right? There's so many businesses, they're still going to have the brick and mortar, but, that's like a big deal. I forgot the dollar amount of the purchase, but that's in the works. That was just on Forbes, if you want to go look that up. Just 4 days ago, that Amazon is going to be buying, Whole Foods. What does that tell us? That tells us we got to get our digital game on, is what it tells us. Another update for you too, if you're using Be Live. Hey, Sally, always nice to see you. Be Live, which is the platform that Brooke and I use if we're going to do interview style video here in the group where you can see each other. They just added the feature today where they can, they can now do screen share. So that's huge. This is like so huge. So, it's happening. It's been happening, and it's really important for us to get on our digital game. Okay, rant over. But, okay, so number one, it builds the list. Builds trust. Number two, the money is in the list. And number three, you have guaranteed reach. And what I mean by that is, and everyone has different open ratios. I get that. And it's really important to monitor those in your email client, whoever you're using. And by the way, don't just send out emails to, a bulk list through your Yahoo or your Gmail. You don't want to do that. That's like spamming. You want to get an email client so you can monitor your open ratios and kind of keep track. But it's a guaranteed reach because here's what's happening in social media. You post things on social media and it's not a guaranteed reach. So this way you want to pull people from social media and get people on your list. So the money is in the list. It's probably one of the most important business elements that you should, work on growing, just like we're constantly trying to grow our client list, as well. So we want to be really diligent about capturing, the emails as we gain these new clients. Whatever system works best for you. If you're gaining, 5 to 10 new clients a month, maybe, you load it up just one day a month. You know what I mean? But whatever system works for you, you want to, if you don't have an email list put together already, you want to, do some data entry. I know it's not fun. Do some data entry and get that list loaded up. And Brooke and I know all too well about adding emails to our lists. But then it's like, okay, now I felt like I needed to give you a little backstory, like why even have an email list. So I hope that makes sense. I wanted to give you a little backstory before I even said, hey, what are some of the best email marketing strategies? And so welcome, who's on. I'd like to hear from you. If you wouldn't mind typing in the comment box, what do you send? What do you send to your clients right now? And what do you feel is the best strategy, or what has worked for you, emailing the list that you have? I'd like to know. Inquiring minds. But because, again, and here's another question for you. So while you're typing that in the comment section of what do you think that you should send, I'd also kind of like to find out how big your list is right now. Is it 50 people? Is it 100 people? Is it under 500? How big is your list right now? So there's a two-part question, to that. So Sally says, I have not sent anything yet. Looking for a starting point. Great. So I'm so glad you're on this live stream because I want to give you a starting point. So Sally, thank you for answering. Sally says, my list is from the business. I work at it around, you're at 4,000? 4,000? That's awesome, girl. Okay, I think that's bigger than my list. That's awesome. And Sharon says, I send once a month or twice a month. Okay, what do you send? Is my question. Or, what do you think you should send? I'm trying to get your, I want you to think about this because, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you 3 things, you know what I mean, or that are important. And thank you for answering, by the way. I think it's, thanks for participating. So the number one thing that you should send is value. You really want it to be value-based content. And, so what does that mean, right? So that it's kind of like, I was on a coaching call this morning, and it was a great coaching call, and she said, gosh, Maxine, it's really interesting building your business because everything is intertwined. There's no like one answer for this and one answer for that. Everything is like all intertwined, because when you're sending value, what I would encourage you to send is, a segment or a paragraph from your blog post, right? And didn't Brooke just give you a great idea? She posted about 30 minutes ago. Like, hey, here's a great blogging idea on, how to write about sunscreen, the difference between a physical sunblock, or we can't say sunblock anymore, sun protection and a chemical, right? So there's an idea that's value-based. It's interesting to your client base to know, hey, what is the difference? Why should I be concerned? Why should I not shop at Walmart? Or why should I? Right? So value-based. So whenever you're sending emails, I think it's really important to always follow the 80-20 rule. And if you've heard me coach before, I pretty much say the same thing when you're posting on social media. 80% value, 20% business or promotion or, selling, if you will. So that's that. So the first is value. That's what you send. And the second is your promotions or your specials. And what is it? What are those promotions and those specials? Do you think that you need to be doing a promotion or a special every single month? I'm curious, because I don't think you do. I think we could work smarter with that. And this isn't really going to turn into like a promotion. I really wanted to stay centered around email strategy, but I don't think you need to send out a promotion once a month. Sharon, I sent out a monthly promotion or anything that is new at the shop. Awesome. And she also highlights a product, and she has about 1,000 in her list. Well done. And so in that list, you want to be paying attention to who's opening that list, because I guarantee you, again, it's going to be that 80-20 rule. There's going to be about 20-25% open ratio is pretty good. And sometimes if we see that a specific group is engaged in what we're sending, then we can do we can send an email to that specific group. You know what I mean? So in other words, the group that opened that email on that particular promotion, to keep them further engaged. That's just another strategy. But the third thing that's always almost 9 times out of 10 missed is including some type of CTA. And a CTA is a call to action. And I think that's important, because while we get really excited or maybe stressed out or however we're feeling about doing these emails, like it's like a chore, we're forgetting that, hey, wait a second, sending out an email is a strategy in itself. And, so we're forgetting that call to action. And what do I mean by that? Well, what do you want that viewer to do next? So if it is a value-based, content, I can tell you a strategy that I use, which is, always insert a portion of my blog, and then the call to action button will say, click to read more. And guess where that brings them? Yes, to my website. So, that is getting more traffic to your website by doing that. And then if you're running a promotion or some kind of an offer, it's really good to have, a sense of urgency to that, and, click to buy or click to learn more, or, that's a call to action. That's what it means. It's getting that viewer to take action and move from the email and get them to either purchase from you or read your value or something like that. So that's really it. It's really a simple training today, and I know Brooke agrees with me with this, and you might be asking, well, how many times or how often should I send an email? I don't even know if that's something that you're thinking about. And if it is, I think that it depends. It depends on the strategy behind it. So, for example, I'll just give you another example of what I'm doing to kind of bring clarity. I am opening up a promotion for my next workshop, which is happening in Dulles. And I'm encouraging people to get on the list, the email list, to receive their $75 coupon. I'm not just going to post the coupon code all over the place. I am encouraging people to opt in to my list, so then in turn I can email them this code. So once they're on my list and I do release the code, I do send 4 emails out in a matter of 3 days. That's my strategy, because the promotion only runs 72 hours. So you want to be really clear on what it is you're doing, and you want to be really clear on what it is your end goal. Okay? So I'm really clear with that particular promotion and what I want, and I know that a certain percentage will actually opt into that coupon, and then the rest will, want to pay full price. I don't know why, but they do. It's just the 80-20 rule thing again. So Sally says, what do you like to use to create your emails? Very good question. And, I think that there's some really great products out there right now. MailChimp has really stepped up their game. And I think they're free up to like 500 people. I don't know if tell me if that's correct, Brooke. I know we're using that for our, the marketing club emails. I personally use, Aweber. And I use Aweber because I like to do drip campaigns. And so it just depends where your budget is. I think I started off with Aweber, I want to say it was like maybe $19 a month or $20 a month. And then I went up to, now I pay $50 a month. And it has to do with the market, it has to do with the campaigns that I'm doing. But it's an investment, right? And Sharon says, I use Robly. Great. And so again, you may find, and I think it's just really good to start off somewhere. MailChimp might be a great option because it has a free platform just for you to get your feet wet and get used to doing email marketing campaigns and staying in touch with your people. Again, this is like you're writing to your community. When someone opts in to want to receive a newsletter from me or sign up for one of my workshops, these people want to hear from me, and so, when people opt in for your email list, they want to hear from you, and that's your opportunity to build that trust factor, because again, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So that's your time to share little snippets about you, like whatever your branding is, whatever your I think it's okay to share some personal things and pictures of your dog. You know what I mean? Like, make it real if that's your branding. Sally says, I'll definitely give MailChimp a shot. Thanks, Maxine. My pleasure. Absolutely. And then as you grow, like I know I'm going to be looking at a couple of other different platforms. I'm kind of going to be graduating out of MailChimp. out of Aweber. But, I think, again, like we talked about, I think last week, that perfectionism thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the Mac Daddy, email client right out of the gate. Just have a starting place. As long as it's not from your Yahoo and it's not from your Gmail, I think you're good. And then just get started and don't let it intimidate you. Hey, Monica, so glad you can tune in. We're kind of at the tail end here, but I'd like to just open up the floor because we have some good viewers on of what, if you have any questions about email marketing, about any kind of strategies, just let's open up the floor. This is your time to ask away. This is what we do. We give value. So I'll give you a second or two to type in the comment box. Don't be shy. This is definitely your time. If you're on, let me hear it. Let's hear it. I like thinking off the cuff too. It keeps me sharp. So thanks for keeping me sharp. No, I'm pretty passionate about this. I'm constantly doing things to build my list, and I'm really encouraging a lot more estheticians to do some blogging and things of that nature to provide that value-based content, because I think we're so used to going, oh, okay, well, my email is just to send out, my newsletter, my promotion, and there's more to it, than that. So I hope that made sense today, and I hope that you got a lot of value out of this Spa Biz Tip Tuesday. And if there are no questions, are there? Come on. Then I will go ahead and wrap up this live stream for today. And I just want to thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of our group. And here's another update too. So here's what Brooke and I want to do. We want to, the beginning of the month, Brooke and I are going to be doing the live stream together on the Be Live. And then Brooke is also randomly going to be doing some videos as well. And Renee says, can you repeat your strategy when you run a promo for 72 hours? And then Kristen says, why should you not use Gmail? Yes, I will just comment on both of those real quick. So my strategy for running the promotion for 72 hours is to create that sense of urgency so people don't dilly-dally. So whenever you're running a promotion for yourself, you always want to have a sense of urgency to that. I think that people are just, if they think that it's just going to be like there for a while, then they're going to wait to the last minute. And I can't tell you how many, when I say that I send 4 emails in three days, that last email with the little countdown timer in there is like TikTok. They're like, oh crap, I better, I better buy my ticket. You know what I mean? So it works. And, and when we run a promotion, it's easier for us to track, right? So we want to keep track of, if we're running a special or we're running a promotion, we want to be able to keep track of, hey, how did this work for us? So that would be why, Renee. So I hope that helps. And then, Christine, why should you not use Gmail? Well, Gmail really frowns upon it. And when you send any kind of bulk email through Gmail, it's usually going to end up in someone's spam box. So that is why. And just from a business strategy standpoint, you don't have a way to find out, if they've opened. So you can't look at any of your statistics. And you want to be able to look at statistics, to see who's opening, who's the most engaged. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps. And you're so welcome. My pleasure, Renee. So thank you again for asking the questions and being a part today. And Rebecca, just when I'm ready to sign off, no worries at all. Rebecca, do you hire anyone to help you make these emails? I can make general emails, but I am not really knowledgeable. of the extras to make a dynamic email. You know what? I'm so glad, and Rebecca is one of our newest members in the Esthetician Inner Circle membership. I actually give you email templates. It's under the flash sale masterclass. So I hope that helps, Rebecca. So you have access to that in your training center. Okay, a little shameless plug for myself there. But so thank you, and we will see you next week for Spa Biz Tip Tuesday. Every Tuesday you can tune in here, right here in the group, and we will be delivering value to you. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Take care.